The following is a paid commercial program for TrueBack. Is back pain or sciatica pain ruining your fun in life? Get pain relief now. You don't have to live with that nagging upper, middle, or lower back pain. Do what these people did.
I got up and I felt pain-free, and it was remarkable. And I've never had that experience before. And it was so chronic. I learned to live with it. Like I said, I stood up for 7 years at my desk.
It actually works. It's very simple, and usually that's the stuff that really does the job.
It actually works. You know, there's a lot of gimmicks out there, but this isn't a gimmick. This actually does what it says it's going to do.
It really works. It works. It's just good.
I couldn't even walk, and I was in so much pain. And then when I got off of it, and I had absolutely no pain. It was instant.
You really feel a difference because it just relieves everything that you had pain-wise, whether you have low back pain or upper back pain.
Both my husband and I actually really like it after lugging the kids around all day.
I don't have any back pain as I'm lying here. I don't.
Is that unusual for you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I tell you what, I'll buy one.
If you're one of the many people who suffer from, a stiff back, loss of flexibility, mild discomfort in the back, or maybe even excruciating back or sciatica pain, and you really didn't know what you could do about it, well, stay tuned, because I'm about to introduce you to a device that's been around for over a decade. A device that's easy to use, it's safe, it's natural, it simply uses your own body weight, and you only need to use it for a few minutes a day. Maybe you have a desk job and you sit all day in the same position and your back starts to hurt, starts to tire. Maybe you've had a back injury of some type. It doesn't matter, because the TrueBack is something that may be the answer you've been looking for.
I went to every kind of doctor there was, from a chiropractor to the spine clinic to you name it, and I was there. And I spent a couple years going to doctors, and nobody helped me. I was even at a physical therapist on a stretching machine, and no help. And I just kept getting worse. Then I progressed to where I was throwing my back out like every couple weeks, and it would take a week to get over that, where I could actually walk again. So I was really in trouble. I was in bad shape. And one day I was sitting on my kitchen bar stool, and I got up, and I threw my back out. So I had to cancel work. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just go out and get the newspaper and read the newspaper all day. So I hobbled out to the newspaper box, and my friend Mel drove by. And he said, good grief, what's the matter with you? And I said, I've thrown my back out. He said, stay there. Don't move. I'm going to go home and get you something. So he went home, and he got the TrueBack, and he came up to me and he said, here, take this, lay on it, and call me tonight and tell me if it works. So I got the newspaper, I went inside, I laid on it for about 7 minutes each way, got up, no pain, and went out and played 18 holes of golf.
That day?
That day. 5 minutes after I got off the TrueBack. I threw my clothes on and went out and played 18 holes of golf. Felt perfect.
My back went out to the point where I had to drive to the hospital, and I was actually face to the ground walking across the street to the hospital, to the emergency room. I could not straighten up. I was totally bent over at a right angle. Walked in the front door, trying to look up at the desk going, my back is completely out. So they gave me some medication and sent me back to my hotel room. Now, every other time that my back had gone out before that, it had been stay in the bed 3 or 4 days and then drive home. Just forget the trip, forget the work. I got into bed, I got on the floor and laid on the TrueBack and turned it around and laid on the TrueBack again, the way you do it. Got back up, got into bed, and when I got up to go to the bathroom that night, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so much better. The next morning I got up and did it again and went to work. Went and worked with my buddies. Went and wrote songs. Totally different experience than any other time with my back. Because with my weight, when the back goes out, everything stops. But that first time I was like, this is a miracle. And I've called Rodney a number of times and said, this thing's amazing. This is incredible,
Sure, we've all heard people who have tried one type of back pain device after another, whether it be a massaging unit or maybe some type of a cream, but have you ever really been able to tell by their reaction, by their voice, by their face, that it really worked? Well, I always think that first impressions say an awful lot.
Oh, man, it already feels good. Oh, my God.
That does feel good.
That feels good.
Now that's a nice release right there.
That's a relief you can't get anywhere but on this.
Oh, yeah.
That feels really good.
That feels immediately better.
I could feel that in my lower, Frank. Especially when I go back. Oh, my God.
Some of you might think that I'm standing here because I'm paid to do this, and you're absolutely right, I am. But something I'm not paid to do is talk about my son. And I'm going to tell you very briefly. He's 20 years old. He's a professional dancer and choreographer, fractured 2 of his vertebrae, and we honestly thought it would be the end of his dancing career. Wakes up in pain, wakes up stiff, has been using the True Back, and he's out there in LA right now going to auditions like nothing was ever wrong with his back. And he's not the only one. Here are some people that would be glad to tell you about True Back, and they haven't been paid.
You get used to being uncomfortable. Like I don't know how to explain it. You get used to holding your kid a certain way. You kind of do the hip out, because you're balancing your diaper bag and your purse and the baby, and so you're a little disjointed. And then you kind of get used to it. So you don't even realize how uncomfortable you are. So it was the norm for me until I got my back stretched out and realized it's really not the norm. When I literally the first time laid back on it, my back cracked like 3 times. And it was instant relief. It was just, oh, that's so nice, And then every now and then, at the end of the day, you kind of think, that's exactly what I need.
Played a lot of football and sports over the years. So I got back started to hurt, and then I got couldn't even move, couldn't get out of the car or anything.
Really?
I had a sciatica. I found out what it was, really bad. Where you roll out of bed on the floor and crawl around for a while before you can get up. You don't want to lay down, you want to stand up all day, you don't want to sleep. It got so bad, I was going to chiropractors, and it would feel okay for a day, and I'd make it through the day, but then I'd have to go the next day. I talked to a few doctors, and they were recommending surgery. And I'm an avid golfer, 3 days a week, and run offshore charters. I had to stop all that for about 6 months. I didn't play any golf, and I didn't run any charters. Just tried to fight through the pain. A guy at our country club, he said, try one of these True Backs. It's interesting, you get off of it, and then just the feeling is great. So I tried it the next day. Next thing I knew, I was moving more and more and more, and you just feel better and better. It's like right now, if I come in, I'll tell you, one time I do use it religiously. Go run with me in through 6 to 8 foot waves to go out 60 miles to my best fishing spot. Come right in with me, 5-hour ride in, up and down like this the whole time. My back's going to hurt. The whole sciatic, I'll feel it. Right up, down to the True Back, and I'll be fine. At night, I'll sleep fine.
True Back's unique patented design is very simple. The spine floats in the center channel as you lie on the device. The 30 suspension points on the center rails are specifically engineered to use your natural body weight to gently massage and stimulate the muscles located on each side of the spine. So the simple action of just lying on the True Back is something you have to experience to believe.
Oh, I popped.
Well, it feels good. I wouldn't think it would, but it does.
Oh, that feels delicious. Richard, you have to try this.
That's the ticket right there.
Oh, that feels better.
Brian, it's actually a good stretch.
Where were you guys this morning?
Playing golf.
I could feel that in my lower, Frank. Especially when I go back. Oh, my God.
True Back is officially listed by the government as a non-powered orthopedic traction device. When research was performed on True Back at the University of Iowa's Spine Research Center, the biomechanical analysis demonstrated that a single 10-minute application of the True Back orthopedic device had a statistically significant greater lengthening effect on the human spine. Using the True Back only takes a few minutes and can be performed in the comfort of your own home, office, or workplace without disrobing. To use True Back, just put the high end towards your head and it instantly goes to work creating traction to the neck, shoulders, and upper back. Then, after 3 to 5 minutes, you can put the high end towards the base of the spine, and this creates traction to the middle and lower back. Don't let pain spoil your fun in life. Do what these people did. Order now. Operators are standing by. Have your credit card ready and call the number on your screen right now. TrueBack normally costs $89.95, but during this special TV offer, you can have TrueBack for only $59.95. That's over 30% off the regular price. Every person you've heard has their own unique situation, and your results will be different according to your needs. But if you're not completely satisfied, if you don't feel better than you felt in years, then we'll give you a full product refund, no questions asked. And TrueBack is so good, we don't just offer 30 days. It comes with a full 90-day money-back guarantee. Remember, you can get your money back with the TrueBack, but you can't get back the precious time you lose to pain. Order now.
I have Parkinson's, and it causes me to sometimes walk a little I'm not real sure-footed sometimes, and it makes me walk bent, and makes a strain on my back. And when I use the TrueBack, I get instant relief. And it wasn't for 5 minutes, it was for a period of days. It makes a world of difference. I thank my wife every time I use it because it's made a big difference in giving me relief.
When I came in, my head was down. I couldn't lift it. I fell very badly and opened my whole head, and that really jolted me. And I got so I couldn't do anything around the house. I couldn't walk to the refrigerator, and I couldn't open the refrigerator door, the cabinet doors, because I was so stooped over I couldn't get up. I have neuropathy, my back has been fractured, I have stenosis of the spine. They've given me every kind of a drug. They x-rayed me and they thought I'd never come back and nothing would ever help me. No operation, they said, would ever help me. I think we only used it about 10 minutes. I went out walking perfectly straight. I'm walking better than I ever walked. So this is why I'm so grateful for this. That's the truth.
Because I've worked in construction trades and also being a home inspector currently, I'm very active. I get in awkward positions. I'm climbing through attics, underneath houses, bending over, throwing my back out constantly. It's a problem I've had for years, is my lower back, or mainly my lower back, but sometimes my upper back will go out as well. What I did notice about the TrueBack is the next day I particularly noticed a difference. When I woke up in the morning, my aches and pains that I had, which were in the lower back, were completely gone. And so I was amazed. I was like, wow, that's incredible. And it stayed gone for